some of my legacy lost media playthroughs up on that channel.
I could do a special stream, maybe every once in a while, again, not frequently, but every once in a while just for variety, where we go back and we actually do a live react to my old playthroughs.
So get the fuck out of the way. Fucking Blade with a big ass afro puff. God damn it. Should have worn my Nike running shoes. Uh-oh. It's gonna be the first fight of the... What the hell? Yo, this dude's taking a piss! Look! He's got his hands on his crotch! This dude's taking a piss off the bridge. I shit you not. Oh my god, tentacle sex. I knew it was coming. Every time there's a Japanese game, I swear to God.
How things could be, you know, change up, whatnot. And what I mean by that is, in my last video, it was where I kind of lost my cool with Phil, and I don't like doing that, but Phil has a good way of pissing people off. However, in his next vid, he's done a great, better job of really getting on my nerves. And you're probably going, okay, Vanguard, what are you talking about? All right, well, you know what? Let me just shut up and let me get into the video, shall we?
Really need that money. Really, that money. Rebranded one of my old defunct channels that used to be called KO Gaming, but it's been defunct for over 5 years.
Phil, the reason why that channel's been defunct was simple fact of it is you said a lot of racist, the sexist, the biggest jokes on that channel, and YouTube tried to teach you a lesson, but you did not listen. So that's the reason why it is what it is, okay?
This channel is now going to be a way for me to preserve old content of mine from over a decade ago. You know, those old style playthroughs that...
So you're going to preserve old vids of you pretty much in your prime when you was a racist fucking prick. You're not going to even think about, you know, changing it up. You know what, matter of fact, let me shut the fuck up and show exactly with this one in Final Fantasy.
We're 20 minutes into the game and the black man is already molesting the Asian woman. Excellent. This doesn't bode well.
That might get us across. Right there.
Bad touch.
Exactly my point. Phil, at this point, I no longer believe that, you know, you change. You do, I mean, well, you won. You never change. But you always proven to be this racist prick inside. And back in the day, YouTube allowed to slide at it a few times until your ass got clapped. And guess what? I'm gonna make sure your ass gets clapped this time.
The TV, before there was direct capture, before there was live streaming, when back then when the commentary was irreverent and very, very immature, and it was for...
So fuck you. First and foremost, it wasn't immature back then. People knew what lines not to cross, knew what things not to say. So I don't know why you want to bring this shit up. But guess what, motherfucker? Since you want to go down this route, let's go down this route.
It's because today I have less than 1% of my viewers are teens. I'm not kidding. That's...
No, you don't have teens. You got adults looking at you. Probably other people that are in your corner that look to be racist motherfuckers, but the rest of people are clipping you so they can prove the fact of how much of an asshole, a bigot, a racist, matter of fact, a no good lying piece of shit on this whole planet.
I get on YouTube. Teenagers don't watch me, okay? Back then, they absolutely did. Like, almost all my viewers were teens back in the day. So my commentary was definitely very different. A lot of people would say today you wouldn't even want to do that kind of commentary. You'd get canceled, right? But
you still do this very day. Back again. I cannot believe I repeat myself for, I don't know what, the 5th or 6th time when Craig and Adam called your fat ass out when you made that slave trade joke the previous year. You tried to get the most piss poor excuse of all time, and they saw through it, Phil.
And it was a kind of the wild west of YouTube and the internet, and you could say whatever you wanted, and people loved it, so I rolled with that for many years.
All right, you know what? Let me calm down. Phil, back in the day, before, okay, yeah, you was there. When Rich used to be cringe, when he said some shit back in the day, people called his ass out. He got in trouble with YouTube. Guess what? He apologized. He acknowledged that he made a mistake and improved and did not repeat the same mistake. You, on the other hand, you did not, Phil. You did not improve. You did not change. You still are the same racist, bigot motherfucker on the goddamn internet. So guess what? I don't give a fuck that the fact of it is Twitch kick you out of their program. I don't give a fuck that Pandalier left your limp dick, no good lying ass. And guess what? I'm going to laugh when Kat finally announced that she's divorcing your ass, because you are nothing more than a piece of a shit of a husband and a piece of a shit of a man.
Like 3-4 years straight from when I started until I started doing the direct capture live streaming, my commentary was pretty over the top. Okay.
You want over the top? Guess what? I'm now being over the top right now in this video, and I don't give a damn if this video gets struck down, because I had enough of your pathetic excuse, your pathetic lying, your pathetic, no good piece of a shit that tries to come up with the most pathetic excuses. Guess what? When I was growing up, when you came with excuses, went outside, got your ass kicked, but guess what? It's taught about teaching respect. Phil, you have no respect other than to yourself. You lying sack of a human waste of garbage.
So, no, Bookworm, I'm serious. My teens are 1% of my audience. Do you want my demographics right now?
Fuck that. You know what? Better yet, go ahead. I want to hear this nonsense.
I can actually pull them up right now. Watch this. Hold on. Watch this. So here.
Phil, get on with this complete garbage.
Analytics. Audience. You ready?
Been ready, bitch. Say it.
So, my biggest group of viewers is people ages 25 to 34. That's 50.7%. My second biggest group, 18 to 24-year-olds, 19.8%. My third biggest group, 35 to 44-year-olds, 18.9%.
All right, let me calm down, because I'm getting really venomous with this fool. But, Phil, get on with your damn point.
Next biggest group, 45 to 54-year-olds, 5.7%. My next biggest group, 55 to 64-year-olds, 2.1%. My next biggest group.
Oh my God. Phil, move the fuck on.
Older than 65, that's 1.7%. My smallest viewing group, 13 to 17-year-olds, 1%.
You act like you are so proud. I guarantee you a good chunk of them, no, 2 chunks, 1 chunk, they may be fan of yours. Out of all that, you might have 100 of all that people that's watching you. Phil, the rest are haters just like me, clipping you for the moments such as this.
I have more people over the age of 65 watching me than people in their teen years.
And the reason why they're watching you, Phil, is because they laugh and they clip and they do everything they can to make a fool out of you. Because matter of fact, guess what? If I'm not mistaken, Rambo Tweety's in that age group, and if he's still alive, and I'm not wishing death on that man. If he's alive, love the brother, but if not, God bless his soul. I'll look into it. But anyways, people such as his age group looking at you and laughing at you, Phil.
See? And that's what I tell you guys. My content is not for kids. It's just not. And it was at one point.
Phil, it never was for kids. You know what? I've been venting right along. Let me show this evidence right here.
Why are you only speaking to me and not the others?
Why do you think that
Because you're black. I only talk to. I don't trust those 2 white kids. Those kids creep me out. I mean, that's the only commonality I could think of. Why else would he only talk to her? I have no idea.
Enough of your super intense questions.
Game Chugger just did another $10. I'm compelled to tip you again for another epic moment. Also, we get to see Jingle All the Way animation again. Yes. Arnold Filzennick. Right? How do you say Brunelzen? Right? Very nice. Kid wants to watch a 40-some-year-old play video games in a way that's very different than how all the other top guys do it, right? Today on YouTube, it's just this one style that everyone uses and everyone's kind of copying each other. And I don't do that shit. I do it very differently. I'm the more organized, more professional.
You're not even close to that, Phil. Not organized, not professional, whatever. I'm not gonna waste people's time showing that evidence when I've done it before so many times. Phil, shut up and change for the better. For you.
Schedule kind of guy, organized playlists and everything, you know, like clockwork. I'm here. And a lot of people think that's ridiculous that he acts like that. Whatever you say, but hey, I get the job done, right?
Yeah, you get the job done, all right. In many ways possible, but not for your benefit, Phil.
So, yeah. So anyway, the content I make today is not for teens, but back then it was very different. So here's the deal: is that a lot of my videos either, number one, look and sound awful. You know, they're from an era when I had a digital camera pointed at a television.
Yeah, and the reason why you did it because you was too lazy to buy a capture card, Phil. And you had the money back then, but again, you was just too lazy. Went that route, down that route until you got called out by your own fans. What, years later?
Bad lighting, bad audio. You know, everything looked terrible. A lot of these things, they're strobing and the lighting is always off and it just looks terrible. The commentary is good and people like it and think it's funny.
Before he continues, let me show one of his gameplay in Final Fantasy, the one where he said this.
That wasn't like a challenge now, all right? Hey! Calm it down.
Is she fighting or having sex? What the hell? It sounds like he's taking a shit.
Pass the TP! Oh!
Ah! Feel like chicken tonight.
This thing won't give up.
Essentially, no one wants to watch that in 2024. You know what I'm saying? That's number one.
No, nobody want to watch it back in 2022, 2021, and 2020, not even 2023, and 2024. Nobody want to watch it now, Phil. Let's move on.
A lot of my game playthroughs from back in the day have been lost. Final Fantasy 13, Red Dead Redemption and its expansion, Undead Nightmare, LA Noire, among others, they're just not available on the internet for various reasons. So, the idea of DSP Throwback is to take that content and represent it to a modern audience.
And so, in other words, you want to bring back all those racist vids that you do not care about. You're not going to edit, you're not going to change whatever other than making it look brighter, more clearer, so that way I can clip it and use it for content.
A better way for posterity purposes. So, for example, taking the original video that looks terrible and running it through several upscaling filters to not only improve the resolution but improve the frame rate, to take out a lot of the awful echo of the audio and make it sound better.
Make it sound better. Guess what? It sounds like crap. It may sound to, you know, how it's modern time right now, but it still sounds like crap, Phil. I know that because I watched your previous throwback in Final Fantasy 13.
Listen to it and not have it like resounding booming echo in your ears. And also to improve the length. Those videos were only around 10 minutes long. Now I'm putting them together so it's like 30+ minute long videos. Properly putting thumbnails, titles, playlists, making it so that that content is digestible.
Phil, I thought you was going to leave that up to whoever's going to do that, your editor or whatever. You actually do it yourself. So in other words, when you present this to them, they more likely told you it was a bad idea. You got mad, pissed off, cursed them out, and decided to do it yourself.
An audience who's used to that level of stuff, right? So, I'm excited for this channel because I think that people who maybe have never saw my original stuff will now actually be interested in watching it.
Phil, guess what? Your info's well documented on the internet. We all know what you did, and we still have this information, even including me. So when I finally release this video, I'm going to show everything that you said back again in 2023 and 2022.
Because it's going to be better for a modern audience. It's not going to look like crap. You're not going to feel like you're in some cave with me carving stones of my playthroughs. You know what I'm saying?
Look at how you are right now, Phil. Look at your setup. It's still caveman-like. Again, you have not gone up to modern times.
I'm not inventing fire here so you're free to watch Final Fantasy 13. Instead, it actually looks like kind of a normal thing. So, It's a lot of work. It is. So, for example,
A lot of work, huh? What do you do? It's a lot of work. Do you have a full-time job? Do you have business meetings? No, you're in your house pretty much all day, every day. Matter of fact, you're in your house 24/6. As in, I'm saying 6 is because on your day off, you go out, you do your errands, grab your groceries, whatever. But majority of those other days, you're in your house. And I don't knock people that love being in the house, because I like that too. But with this clown, he's in his house all day in streams, 16 hours every day. Well, not every day, but 6 days a week.
30-minute video, it could take upwards of 5+ hours of work, because not only are you editing the videos together, you got to run them through all these filters and everything. So it takes a long time to get one of these ready. So I didn't know how long realistically it was going to take to get content on the channel. The good
Phil, had you done some research, you wouldn't know how long this would have took. But you decide you always love taking the short route, and that's your problem.
some of the stuff went well, and we cleared up some of the issues early that we were nervous we were going to have, and so some of the videos are ready to go already. And so launched my very first video, Final Fantasy 13 from 2010 PS3 edition, but now newly upscaled, better visuals, better audio. Part 1 went live yesterday morning over on DSP Throwback. Now the thing,
Yeah, and I saw that, and in that whole video right there, you literally crack jokes at black people.
get to hype it up because I didn't know it was going to go live. So it's not like I talked about it on a stream. It was just kind of a willy-nilly thing. So I posted it on my X account, and I posted it on like my main channel pages so some people would know and would check it out. I'm pleased with how it's gone. So basically,
You're pleased how it's going, huh? You're pleased with the fact of it is, people are clipping it right now and pretty much showing exactly who you are. A racist prick. Great job, Phil.
today it's gotten over 2,000 views on a dead channel. You know what I mean? Like, that's good for a dead channel to have
And I hope that channel stays dead.
people check out the video is pretty darn good. And obviously it's going to get more views over time as well. Overall feedback seems positive. People are just happy to see the videos back, to see that the Final Fantasy 13 playthrough was lost for ages.
Nobody's happy to see that crap back. That was a very long time ago. Your audience wants you to continue playing Baldur's Gate, any other game, and literally beating it within a fashionable amount of time.
And to see it finally come back, people like it. So the opinions are very split about the improvements. First of all, across the board, everyone likes the video being longer. It's like a 30-minute video instead of 10, 10, 10, 3 parts. People are enjoying that.
You mean after the detractors such as myself told you not to release parts of it 15 minutes, but release it in one full part, Phil, so you can save your audience time? Yeah, we told you that.
Okay, but when it comes to the visual quality, basically some people are split on this. Okay, because basically when you're upscaling and you're adding frames, it looks like it's between 45 to 60 frames. It's not always a smooth 60. It's not going to be, because the game doesn't run at 60. It runs at 30. The video's at 30. Okay,
No doubt, Phil, we know that. Move on.
basically you're adding AI frames to this to make it look like a better frame rate. There's definitely ghosting in the video. Okay, that's unavoidable, because the camera I was using at the time was a very crappy digital camera. In fact, it's funny, a few parts in, like I would say, I think it was like 4 or 5 hours into the playthrough, I actually went and bought a new digital camera. Using the new digital camera, and the visual quality of the playthrough actually improved. So what you'll see in future parts of the playthrough, hours in, is that it's going to look better.
Look better, but still sound like the same racist prick you was back in 2005. Great job.
Your parts, sadly, are just not going to look as good because it was this crappy camera that already was blurry and had ghosting and things in the movement. So even upscaling and everything, it still has the ghosting, and there's not much that can be done. Like, we tried to remove it.
There's a lot that could be done with those vids, Phil, but I'm getting tired of repeating myself. Again, move on.
So, yeah, it is what it is. But it's still, I would say, visual-wise, it's crisper. You can actually read the text and stuff, which it's not blurry anymore. The audio definitely sounds better. than it originally.
Yeah, I'm glad the audio sounds much better so we can catch on when you have these moments. You don't think things thoroughly, Phil.
Removed a ton of the bad echo that was always in the background of those videos that made it sound like I was playing games in a bathroom or a cave.
Which it was, by the way. It was your little room, office, whatever, but it still echoed.
And the commentary is exactly the same. Nothing has changed. Already, people making comments about, oh my god, I can't believe he said this, he said that. This is a playthrough from 2010.
Alright, let me show sevens from back within 2010.
Alright, well, it's time for a special holiday edition of Black Ops, and a couple things. I changed my customizations a little bit to have a little Christmas-themed reticule, and shut up. And also, as you can hear, my Connect is on, so they can hear me talking, and they're going to be like, what the fuck is going on?
They can hear me talking.
Dude, did your balls drop yet? Because you sound like you're 12. Kind of annoying. Oh, good, he's not on my team.
Eliminate all hostiles.
It does eliminate the hostiles.
This is what he said back then, and still is doing this to this very day. I don't know why I repeat these things over and over for you, Phil. Well, no, better yet, I answer my own question. I repeat these things because you like to play dumb.
14 years old. I outright say right at the beginning of the playthrough and in the description of every video on that channel, this is not representative of the commentary and beliefs that I have today.
You sure about that? Are you 100% sure about that, Phil?
Bygone era of YouTube, back then anything flew. Any commentary on these videos was irreverent and was for a younger audience.
Not really, Phil. Certain things still got you kicked off the internet back then and to this very day. Especially racial, sexual, bigot jokes. That got you kicked off, Phil.
Not representative of who I am today. That's why it's that old of a video, right? So there you go. Some people love it. Some people don't. It's not for everyone. That's the thing. This older style of content, some people are going to love it and be like, wow, it's old.
The people who love it are just as equally as racist as you are, because anybody with a brain can see that those jokes they would never said or never done.
Remember back in the day how all this content used to be like this, and then other people are like, oh my god, I can't believe that's how Phil used to be. I'm so offended. So there's going to be a mix. That's fine. There was always going to be a mix of reactions there, I felt. I would say, overall, I see it back. It's not perfect, right? It definitely doesn't look like direct capture, okay? It's not going to. It's essentially the best you can do with a 14-year-old video that was filmed with a crappy camera pointed at a TV.
And whose fault was that, Bill? You brought the camera, you didn't want the capture card, so that's why it looks like shit.
Content back then, it wasn't monetized, it wasn't intended for a business purpose at all. It was just to mess around, right? So why did I care if it looked good or not? I'm just dicking around, and if someone watches it on the internet, great, and if they don't, oh well, who cares?
So you'd rather somebody watch it, create it, clip it, and make a video of it, Phil? Okay, fine. Case in point.
Today, obviously, I'm trying to make something more presentable. It's tough when you're working with that crappier quality original content, okay? So that being said, part 1 went live, and some people liked it, and other people's don't. And
the main reason why a lot of people didn't like it is because the commentary, the stuff he said in said video, Phil. I told you, you should edit that crap out, but you don't like to listen.
You can do about that, right? We've done the best, essentially, that we can with that source content.
I'm going to do something I normally don't do, but I'm going to show you how you could take a certain part of the video out and edit. Matter of fact, here's the example. And as you can see, quite easily, it's not that complicated.
So what's going to happen is, we're going to attempt to put out a few parts a week. I'm not sure exactly of what the pacing will be. Again, it's not me doing the editing. So it's essentially how, I have to upload all these original videos. People are working on them behind the scenes to run all these filters through and then get them up.
Did you pay them, Phil? You better. Otherwise, if they don't, then they should have no problem telling you next time that you want them to do something for you, Phil. It'll be a hell no because you didn't pay them.
Will it be one a day? Probably not. I'm thinking maybe a video every other day or something like that. Even if I'm not, the thing is, again, I don't want to overpromise. I don't want people thinking, oh, Phil's going to put out a video every day like clockwork, so that playthrough will be done within, you know, a month. No, I don't want to say that, because then I feel like people will be expecting that, and if we don't live up to that expectation, people will be disappointed. The goal...
I've been disappointed ever since you came on this platform, so that's not a shocker nor a surprise.
To try to get a few videos up a week of about a half an hour in length. So every week you'll have, you know, maybe an hour or two of new Final Fantasy 13 to watch. Now, just so you know, that playthrough's lengthy. If I remember correctly, I want to say that playthrough was like 200 parts, but they were 10-minute parts. So if you do the math in your head, right? So 200 times 10, divide by 60, then to the exponential.
Jesus Christ, Phil. Move on, okay? Matter of fact, here, let me just play this little clip here. Thinking is not for, thinking is for not funny, didn't laugh. Thank you, Bigot, for this, because this clown needs it.
Let's just briefly do the math. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was 200 parts. All right, so if we do 200 times 10 minutes, and we divide by 60, the playthrough was around 35 to 40 hours long.
And how's that YouTube's problem or the viewer's problem? How's that any of their problem, Phil?
Okay, so if you do the math there, you're like, well, wait. Well, if each part's a half an hour, and let's say you're uploading 3 to 4 a week, it's going to take a long time. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I was telling you guys. This is kind of what I was getting at, is that once I start getting this content up, this is going to take a long time to get through.
It's not going to take that long time. You make it a long time because, again, you want to milk every single cent out of your dents, every single dime, quarters, penny, whatever. You want to milk them all of their funds, and they allow it because they are complete morons.
It's not just, oh, you know, Phil's going to just mass upload his old stuff and immediately these playthroughs will be visible on YouTube. That's definitely not the case. So we'll see. I mean, even at the best case scenario, let's say I'll video a day, right? Even then, it's going to take over a month.
Even then, it's going to take over a month, huh, Phil? So maybe you should have thought this through instead of just planning out the last minute. Anyways, another segment, he's just giving us a whole bunch of filler. I'm going to give him another maybe 2 minutes. If it's not anything important, I'm going to sign off quickly on this video too.
You understand? Even then, it will take over a month to get Final Fantasy 13 online fully. So I hope that you understand that, okay? Like, it's not this thing. It takes so much work to edit and do all of it that it's going to take a while to get the video.
That's how majority of videos are. Even I know that because when I had to edit videos out of you, it takes me at least somewhere between editing time 4 to 5 hours just to get the video out. That's why I only do like what, maybe 3 videos per week, 2 to 3 at the most, sometimes 4 if I get lucky. Yeah, Phil. So again, you're not exclusive to this club.
But you know, I will let you know along the way with the progress and stuff like that. And we're gonna go from there. So I hopefully you'll give it a look. Again, it's youtube.com/@DSP Throwback. That's the new channel.
Correction, that's the rebrand of a channel he has before.
And it's the old channel from 6 years ago, but it's been completely rebranded. Today I added big disclaimer and description on the channel so you know what it is. Has new logo, new channel art, everything's
new. This, new that, pretty much rehashed stuff that you used before. You had stowed away, so it's not all that new.
And I created a playlist for Final Fantasy 13, and FYI, Part 2 is live. It went live this morning. It's only been live for like an hour and a half. I have no idea how many views it has on it because I'm not looking. So here,
you never look, Phil, because guess what? If you did look, you'll be even more pissed off at the comments and some of the the live chat from that previous stream. You will instantly get heated, get mad, and go on complete begging, not begging, but a ban route. I mean, not route, but ban whatever. Pretty much you'll like to ban anybody on a ban trip. Excuse me, a ban trip. That's what you would do, Phil.
The plans for the channel, okay? I want to upload, if possible, you know, a few videos a week to the channel. If not, maybe 1 a day. I mean, ideal would be 1 a day. I don't think that's possible. I don't think that rate will keep up. I do feel like it's going to have to be slower than 1 a day. I don't think that we could do that, but we'll see. Okay.
We'll see, huh? Oh, yeah, I like to see how this is going to work, Phil.
what I need to do is I need to try to get that channel back into getting regular viewership, because what I want to do is partner the channel again. It was partnered for a long time, and then YouTube changed their partnership criteria, saying you needed to have a certain amount of uploads in a certain amount of time.
So that way they don't have to deal with bots filled. Every people that has an app knows that.
Public watch hours in a certain amount of time, and once you have those qualifications, then you can monetize your channel. Okay, so I'm hoping that if we're getting regular content up there, right, if we're doing 1, 2, 3 videos a week, correct?
How about 1 video per week from your throwback? That'll make it a lot easier.
If not more. Like, let's say we're doing more, 4 or 5 videos a week or whatever, right? Whatever. Here's hoping that I'll be able to get that back to the monetization status sooner rather than later. And as I've already told you guys, this is not me turning that channel into memberships and super chats.
Yes, you already announced it before, Phil. You've done that. Anyways, continue.
Even though that's part of it, I mean, that comes with it. No, my goal on that channel is just to be able to put ads on the videos. That's it. So now you're watching the new playthrough that a lot of work went into.
New playthrough? No, it's not new. It's old playthrough that you done years ago.
Play on it, right? Or if you're a YouTube Premium subscriber, I get credit for that as if you watched the ads, even though you didn't, which is great.
Yeah, it's great for you, but not for me.
Make a few bucks on the channel. I'm not looking for this channel to blow up in popularity. I don't think it ever would.
You are hoping for that. You like to play mind games.
This is very much kind of a posterity style channel. Let's preserve the old content. That number one is not.
No, not your racist content. I don't want that preserved, whatever. I want that yeeted off the platform. So I'm hoping YouTube, when they watch that stuff, yeet it off the platform.
Not visible at all. Because right now, like I said, Final Fantasy 13, Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmare, the Suicide Kings Online Co-op, and LA Noire currently are not.
To hell with that. He's just about to give us more filler, and I'm losing my patience once again. Again, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. This video might be, I'm cutting this video a little short because, again, nothing but filler, nothing but garbage. This dude just works my nerves. He gets on my nerves too much. Anyways, I appreciate the feedback you guys gave me, the love, the support, how I become a better person in 2024, because I'm almost at 200 subs. And guess what? Keep giving me that love, support, and that feedback, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.